Good afternoon, members of the Committee of Kingdom Affairs, Interparliamentary Relations, and Interparliamentary Relations. Good afternoon also to support staff, radio listeners, and those following by various forms of media. Welcome to this Kingdom Relations Committee meeting of number 3, Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. 7 now? We now have a quorum of 7 members. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. I've received notice of absence from the committee member Arundel. Do we have any other notifications from members at this time? Oh, and MP William Marlin. So MP William Marlin, MP Arundel, notice of absence. Any other notifications? That not being the case, members of parliament, we have as agenda points for this meeting, 2 agenda points. Agenda point 1 would be the incoming documents, and agenda point 2, preparations, IPCO and tripartite, February 27th to March 3rd, 2023. Members of Parliament, I do want to make a proposal. Customarily, when we're having the discussions regarding the preparations for IPCO and especially discussions on preparations for tripartite, those meetings of the Kingdom Relations Committee are normally done behind closed doors. This meeting did not go out with such a closed door setting. Therefore, in order to do so, I would have to ask members to propose that this meeting be converted to a closed door meeting further. Are there any objections to that proposal? MP Westcott Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and a good afternoon to you and to my colleagues. A good afternoon to those who are tuned in right now and will not be able to follow the meeting if your proposal is accepted. Mr. Chairman, I think we need to guard against considering discussions as preparations. Yeah, procedure meetings, etc. You could do behind closed doors. I don't have an issue with that. But if we're going to discuss points that we believe are important, for example, for IPCO and the like, I think we need to guard against too easily, listen to my words, too easily deciding this is a sort of a procedural meeting and therefore should be behind closed doors. But that's just a note I wanted to make, Mr. Chairman. As you know, my sentiments regarding closing meetings of Parliament too easily. And so I'll refrain from going into that at this time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, MP Westcott Williams. If I can respond a bit on that regard. As I mentioned earlier, for as long as I've been a member of this Kingdom Relations Committee, whenever we're having discussions related to the preparations for IPCO, where we discuss things such as our strategy that we would have in tripartite, which is also done in closed doors, that we would have those discussions in advance in our setting. I think strategically speaking, that's a wise method, and that method has continued. This convocation would normally have gone out closed doors. That was not the case, therefore I'm making that proposal. I don't think this is a particular situation, at least in my opinion, where it's too easily being moved to a closed door meeting. And also, as has been discussed many times in faction leaders meetings, that the term closed door can often feel as if this is sort of, maybe a better term might be non-broadcasted. Of course, the discussions are not necessarily something that can't be discussed outside, but for the freedom of our discussion, especially in preparing for an important strategic meeting like IPCO and tripartite, hence my proposal to do as is customary and have it non-broadcasted, but in our official terms, a closed door meeting. So I would again ask if there's any objection to the closed door meeting, having taken note of the concern from MP Westcott Williams, but I don't get any objection. Therefore, members of Parliament, we will continue this meeting behind closed doors.